This video is the second part of the topic Nature of Roots of Quadratic Equations, and I hope that you already watched the first part of this topic in order for you to understand the discussions that will be presented on this video. Let's have the following exercise. We have here problem number 1. We're going to examine the nature of the roots of the equation x squared plus 9x plus 20 is equal to 0. As we observe the given equation, it is already written in the form ax squared plus bx plus c is equal to 0. Then, the value of a is equal to 1. The value of b is equal to positive 9. The value of c is equal to 20. Using the formula in determining the value of the discriminant, we have d is equal to b squared minus 4 times a times c. Then, we have d is equal to quantity of 9 squared minus 4 times 1 times 20, the value of c. Then, simplifying po, we have 9 squared is 81. And we're going to multiply 4 times 1 times 20. The product is 80. And the difference of 81 and 80 is equal to 1. Then, we can say that the discriminant is greater than 0 and it is a perfect square since 1 is a perfect square po. Thus, the nature of the roots is 2 real, rational, and unequal roots po. Okay, let's have problem number 2. The given equation is 4x squared minus 5x plus 1 is equal to 0. A is equal to 4, B is equal to negative 5, and C is equal to positive 1. Substituting in the formula, D is equal to B squared minus 4AC. Then, D is equal to quantity of negative 5 squared minus 4 times 4 times the value of C, which is equal to 1. Then D is equal to quantity of negative 5 squared is equal to 25 minus 4 times 4 times 1 is positive 16. And the value now of D is positive 9. D is greater than 0 since it is a positive value or positive number. And 9 is a perfect square. Thus, the nature of the roots of these quadratic equations or equation po has 2 real, rational, and unequal po. Okay. Let's have problem number 3. The given equation is x squared minus 18x plus 81 is equal to 0. So we can already determine the values of a, 1. The value of b is negative 18 since minus po siya. And the value of c is positive 81. We have d is equal to b squared minus 4ac. D is equal to negative 18 or the quantity of negative 18 squared minus 4 times 1 times 81. Then, D is equal to quantity of negative 18 squared is positive 324 minus 4 times 84 is also equal to 324. Then, subtracting po the two numbers, the difference is 0. So, D is equal to 0, and the nature of roots of this equation, the equation has 1 real and rational root. Problem number 4, the given equation is 4x squared plus 9x plus 2 is equal to 0. In this equation, A is equal to 4, B is equal to positive 9, C is equal to positive 2. Then, using the formula D is equal to B squared minus 4AC. D is equal to 9 squared minus 4 times 4 times 2. Then D is equal to 9 squared, which is equal to 21 minus 4 times 4. 16 times 2 is 32. Then the value of D is equal to positive 49, which means that D is greater than 0 and D is a perfect square since 49 is equal to 7 squared po. Thus, the nature of the roots of this equation has two real, rational, and unequal. For problem number 5, if the roots of the equation 2x squared plus 8x minus m cubed is equal to 0 are equal, then find the value of m. So take note po that the roots are equal. So kailan po equal yung ating roots? If the value of the discriminant is equal to 0. Using the values of a, b, and c in the given equation, we have a is equal to 2, b is equal to 8, and c is equal to negative m cubed. Then, d is equal to 8 squared, since b is equal to 8, minus 4 times 2 times negative m cubed, and equate this to 0, since d, or the discriminant, must be equal to 0 to have equal roots po. Then, we have 64 minus 8 times negative m cube, magiging positive na po. So, magiging positive 8m cube is equal to 0. Then, we'll be transposing 64 to the right side to solve for m. So, we have 8m cube is equal to negative 64. Dividing both sides by 8, so we have m cube is equal to negative 8 po. Since negative 64 divided by 8 is negative 8. Then, m is equal to the cube root of negative 8. And the cube root of negative 8 is equal to negative 2. Therefore, the value of m in this given equation must be negative 2 to have equal roots po. Let's solve problem number 6. If the roots of the equation x squared minus the quantity p plus 4, x plus 2p plus 5 is equal to 0 are equal, so take note po, equal, then find the value of p. So we have a is equal to 1, b is equal to negative times the quantity p plus 4, and c is equal to 2p plus 5. So, the value of the discriminant must be equal to 0 para magkaroon po tayo, or para magkaroon po ng equal roots yung ating given equation po. Then, we have d, so 0 po. So, let's start po with b squared minus 4ac is equal to 0. And substituting the values of a, b, and c, we have quantity of negative b plus 4 squared minus 4 times 1 times 2p plus 5 is equal to 0. So, the square of negative times the quantity p plus 4. So, negative, di ba po, we have negative p plus 4 times negative quantity p plus 4. So, negative times negative is positive po. Then, we're going to square p plus 4. If we're going to square p plus 4, we're going to do squaring of binomial. Then, the product of this is equal to square of p squared. Then, p times 4 is 4p times 2, which is a constant po. So, we have 8p, and the square of 4 is 16, minus 4 times 1 times 2p is 8p, minus po, since negative 4, we're going to consider this as our negative sign. The negative 4 times 1 times positive 5 is negative 20, which is equal to 0. So we can cancel po 8p, since 8p minus 8p is 0. And then 16 minus 20 is equal to negative 4. So magiging p squared minus 4 is equal to 0. Then, p squared is equal to 4. And then, take the square root of 4, positive, negative square root of 4. Thus, the value of p is equal to positive, negative 2. Let's have problem 7. If the roots of the equation x squared plus the quantity 2s minus 1 plus s squared is equal to 0 are real, find the value of s. In this example, we are to consider the roots are real. So, ano po yung ating value ng d para masabi po natin na yung roots natin ay real? So, di ba po kapag d is greater than 0, the roots or the nature of roots are 2, real, rational, and unequal. If this value is a perfect square po. Pag hindi naman po perfect square, 2 real, irrational, and unequal. And we have also d is equal to 0, 1, real, rational root. So, ibig sabihin po, the value of d na gagamitin po natin dito must be greater than or equal to 0 to have real roots po. Since d must be greater than or equal to 0, let us find the values of a. A is equal to 1, b is equal to the quantity 2s minus 1, and c is equal to s squared. B squared minus 4ac must be greater than or equal to 0 since d is greater than or equal to 0. Substitute po natin, b squared is equal to 2s or the quantity of 2s minus 1 squared minus 4 times 1 times s squared is greater than or equal to 0. Let us square 2s minus 1. Well, let's do squaring of binomial. So, 2s times 2s. Since 2s minus 1 quantity square is equal to 2s minus 1 times 2s minus 1. So, we're going to square 2s. So, we have 4s squared. Then, next step po, 2s times negative 1 is negative 2s. Then, times 2 po. So, magiging negative 4s. And square of 1 is positive 1. Minus 4 times 1 times s squared is 4s squared. Is greater than or equal to 0. Then, we can cancel 4s squared. Since 4s squared minus 4s squared is equal to 0. So, we have left negative 4s rather, plus 1 is greater than or equal to 0. Negative 4s is greater than or equal to negative 1. So, from the left po, yung positive 1, nilipat natin sa right, naging negative 1. Then, divided by negative 4, both sides to solve for s. So, cancel po yung negative 4. S is less than or equal to positive 1/4. Bakit po naging less than? Kasi po, nag-divide po tayo ng negative both sides. At iyon po yung rule or property ng inequality po natin. Na kapag nag-divide po tayo both sides by a negative value, the symbol or the inequality symbol will be reversed. Thank you po for watching and I hope that you learned po. Thank you po again. And thank you po pala sa mga subscribers po namin na patuloy na sumusuporta at nanonood po ng aming videos. I hope po na madami na po kayo natutunan every time po nanonood ng aming videos. At masaya po kami para patuloy po namin kayong turuan. Ingat po lagi and keep safe po. God bless po everyone.